Hello, I'm Sensei Kakuyo, North American Correspondent for Buddhistdoor Global. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's talk is Burying It with the Breath. Before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. Here on the homestead, we practice something called trench composting. And what that is a fancy way of saying we bury our food waste. All the fruits and vegetables that we eat have rinds and skins and husks, things that are inedible to humans. When possible, we give those things to either the chickens or the rabbits, but when we can't, we bury them in the garden. And it's very simple, exactly like it sounds. We dig out a shallow trench about 6 inches. We put the food waste, the eggshells, the chopped up veggie pieces, things of that nature in the trench, and then we bury it. Come back a few weeks or a few months later, and all the food has disappeared and is replaced by healthy humus, which then feeds our vegetables later in the year. And this is great for a couple of reasons. It keeps our food waste out of landfills. It's a cheap fertilizer for our garden. Good things all around. Now we can do something similar, however, with the suffering that takes place in our lives. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is something called mindful breathing. When we practice mindful breathing, we sit or stand in a comfortable position. We breathe in and out through the nose, extending the belly on every inhale and then relaxing on every exhale. What this does is 2 things. It engages our sympathetic nervous system, sending signals to our body that we can calm down, that we can relax. Then also extending the belly button on every inhale expands our diaphragm so we can get the most air possible. Breathing deeply also helps us to relax. Now, what we do in this case is we take our focus away from the outside suffering in our lives, and instead we bring it inwards to our body, and more specifically, to our breath. I like to use this technique whenever I'm in an experience, when I'm suffering. If I'm stuck in line in traffic, if I'm stuck in line at the grocery store, if I'm working on a woodworking project that isn't going so well, I bury my suffering with my breath. Breathing in and out through the nose, extending the belly button on every inhale, relaxing every exhale. And as I put all that suffering under layers of breath, in the same way that I might put layered food waste under layers of soil in the garden, it begins to break down and disappear until there's nothing left but the breath. And I'm left feeling peaceful and calm, and I can go about my day. In the same way that when we bury food waste in the garden and leave it, it eventually breaks down until there's nothing left but healthy soil. If we do this practice every day, burying our suffering through the practice of mindful breathing, putting under layers of our breath, we'll find that life is more peaceful and more calm, not just for ourselves, but for the people around us as well. Amitabha.